We are now seeing how the competition can take a different toll, a different kind of toll on athletes.
Yeah, and joining us right now is KCRA 3's Deirdre Fitzpatrick live from DOCO. We're going to have our ozone coverage coming up a little bit later this afternoon, but we just wanted to kind of touch base with you, Deirdre, on this. We know these athletes, look, they face a tremendous amount of pressure. The world is watching, but wouldn't some also argue that that's part of the game, that's part of the deal you signed on for?
No. No, and I think that's what's so powerful about this moment. I think what she did today is one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen in sports, and I think it's something we will talk about for years. Because what she did is she has normalized and said it's okay sometimes to not be okay. She has come out very publicly and talked about the challenges of doing this job given everything she's had to do. Think about this. She is there representing USA Gymnastics, the very organization that failed her and so many other athletes in the Larry Nassar sex abuse scandal, the largest sports scandal in history. She is representing that organization. She has made it very clear how difficult this has been to make the decision to come forward and to be willing to do this again. And when athletes like Simone Biles or a Michael Phelps, who has also said very similar things about the toll on his mental health that being an Olympian and having the world's expectations on his shoulders has had on his life, when they come forward and they say, you know what, I'm not okay, it makes it okay for the rest of us to admit that sometimes we're not okay either. And with what she does, with the spatial awareness that she needs to be able to do that job, she knew when she did that move on the vault today, she couldn't execute it. And she knew that not only was she putting her own health at risk, she was also putting the team at risk for medaling, period. So to be willing to go up and to say, I need to pull back is a really brave thing. And then what she did next is so telling. She didn't go disappear. She didn't go back to her room. She went right back out there. She brought the chalk to the other women. She cheered them on, and she didn't hide, even though she knew the world was staring at her, wondering what was going on. So I actually think this will, as the years go on, be seen as a turning point, because what you're seeing is you're seeing the athletes changing the culture and the organization themselves. They're not waiting for Team USA and the USOPC to do it for them.
Well, and your point is obviously well taken, Deirdre, but I guess the question is, why are we only seeing this now? Why hasn't this already happened over years and years? I mean, you've covered so many Olympics. Why are we just now seeing this?
Because we're just starting to acknowledge, not only in sports, but in our life in general, that things are hard and that mental health is important. And it was about 10 years ago that I started seeing more sports psychologists coming into every single sport. But originally the sports psychologist was teaching you how to get into the head of your competitor and keep them out of your head so you could win. Now that sports psychologist is coaching these athletes into how to keep their heads okay, so that when their sports careers are over, and every athletic career ends eventually, that they will be okay. And what they were seeing, Golson, is a lot of these athletes would finish with their athletic careers, and they might be 28, 29 years old. They've never held a regular job like the rest of us. They've never had to show up and punch a time clock, and they couldn't do it because they had only had one way of life. So the mental health part of this program has really been about the legacy of the Olympian. What will you do next? Let's guide you there so that that transition is easier. In the last year with the pandemic, they, like us, have had to adjust to a completely different kind of life. So they have had 24-hour hotlines set up so that these athletes, in their dark moments, could call for help. And they've normalized it to make it okay for people to be able to say, I'm not okay right now. So for people who have big teams, they could lean on each other. But for people in the individual sports, it could be very hard to do. And you know, on the podcast the last couple of months, we took an entire mental health theme. And every time I would stop a recording, I would always hear something from an athlete that was really honest, really vulnerable, and really dark. Every single one of them, like the rest of us, has struggled this year. And today you saw perhaps the most visible example of someone at the top of the world who everybody is counting on, who had to step back and say, I'm not okay.